Where's the Queensland spirit now?
Welcome to the OFD podcast. I'm Sauce.
I'm Burkey.
How the hell are we, mate?
I'm good, mate. I'm good.
We're coming to you on a Tuesday here. Potty's out a little bit later than usual, but for good reason. Obviously, if you saw our shenanigans on the weekend, we ripped right in.
We sure did. I need to quickly mention shareholders. I've been sitting on the couch for at least 15 minutes waiting because Sterling refused to do the potty because his father was lying on a couch that was about 15 metres away from us. He couldn't see us, but apparently he could not do the potty if Big Stevie, who owns the pub, he had his cock and balls, he was comfy, he was enjoying himself, and Sterlo said, mate, Dad, you're going to have to leave. You can't be here.
I just didn't want my dad to listen to us do the potty. Is that fair?
Anyway.
I just would feel more comfortable presenting to everyone without my father listening.
Anyway,
he can listen back, but not right now.
In order for us to move ahead, Saucy then decided that he was going to kick the chef off an outside couch so that his dad could lie on that couch. And let me tell you, shareholders, I just went to take a piss and the chef was so comfortable, he was so zen, and for you to walk out there and boot him so your father could lie down there is just stupid and outrageous.
I checked the clock and I thought, hey mate, you're pretty close to clock in time, so you better get down there and start work. No, I just doing Steve a favour.
So does your father make you uncomfortable?
No, he doesn't make me uncomfortable at all. I love my dad and fucking get along with him. He's one of my best mates. But
so
I feel like I just can't. He's over there and I don't want to talk about certain things while he's listening.
Does he? So he doesn't listen to the potty?
I don't think he'd know how to. I mean, I show him clips and stuff when he goes, "Oh, how's it going?" Blah blah blah. And I'm sure he sees them every now and then, but...
Yeah. Well, I had a good yarn to him on Saturday.
Yeah, you two are bloody two peas in a pod.
We yarned. I don't know what we yarned about, but we covered some material. So, shareholders, we had our annual Gents Christmas lunch, which is...
Sixth one we've had.
Was it the 6th, was it?
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it is one of those days, I think everyone's got it, where you have that day each year on the calendar and you just circle it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you're a professional sports team, you circle the GF.
This is our GF.
That's like our GF.
We call it the GC lunch.
The GC lunch, and it's done downstairs.
Yep, in the restaurant, in the terrace bar.
And we get the whole place to ourselves. Saucy, you construct the food, do you?
Food.
What's on the menu?
Yeah, the food, the drink. The day's proceedings, we give out some awards.
Awards.
It's always a good day because it's all our mates,
Yes.
that we've grown up with and over the years. It's always really good to reconnect with people you haven't seen. But this year there was a lot of people that weren't there, which kind of sucked.
There was a few missing in action.
Had about 30, but could have been 40.
Yeah.
Boys overseas, boys doing weddings and other things.
As you get older, the lads, they move away. But we had a couple of debutantes too.
We did actually, you're right.
Which was nice. Yeah. And they turned up. They performed to...
And you know what they said? I can't believe it's taken me this long.
I can't believe it's 6. I thought it was more than 6.
I think it's 6. That was our 6.
Shareholders, if you're not doing an annual Christmas lunch, I need you to look yourselves in the mirror and just question yourself as to why, because it is a fantastic day, regardless of where it is or who you're with.
Yeah, you know what I reckon? I mean, years' time maybe, we should construct our own shareholder lunch.
A shareholder, well, we will. That just has to happen. That's a no-brainer. And we'll do it downstairs. Saucy, he kind of runs the show, shareholders, and we have awards.
Yeah.
So can we, because you collected an award. And it's definitely...
It's a stitch-up. It's an absolute stitch-up.
It's an award that we should definitely mention. So Saucy, shareholders, was your 2023 most whipped.
Yeah, so, well, it was a clear stitch-up. It was a fucking farce that I won that thing.
And I think it was actually a runaway train. Like it was you and then the rest.
I gave up announcing the nominees. We judged the awards. The winner of the award is is basically won by the applause of the crowd.
Yeah, by a cheer.
And it was just a stitch up, a good old fashioned stitch up. Hey, let's just, everyone cheer as loud as we can when Sterling announced his name.
No. It was a case when your name got brought up, the adrenaline that came out of everyone realising, that guy is the most whipped.
I think it was kind of, let's just fuck the host up.
It was a landslide, wasn't it? Did anyone else cheer?
No, I got to the third person and just realised, you know what, this isn't even worth it. I'll just cop my whippings and then go. I'll post that video too. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's good. I've got some good photos of it. Great awards. We've got Sky One running too, which is fantastic. So there's about 3 TVs with Sky One going.
And then the slideshow.
And the slideshow. So it's a fantastic day, shareholders.
Slideshow of all the disgusting and weird photos of the boys over the years and videos.
And then what's happened is we move up to the Cauldron Bar, and then that's where it just gets a little weird because everyone's been on the gas for at least 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah, and then you're also with the general public, which they're thinking, where have these gentlemen been?
Where have these gentlemen been? And they've been at the gentleman Christmas lunch.
Yeah, the gentleman's club lunch. That's what we are, gentlemen.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I saw you down there with Stevie.
Yeah.
What were you saying to him?
No, well, I was saying to him, mate, I'd love for you to listen to our potty live and exclusive.
We should get him on. That did come up.
It did come up, and I think shareholders, what you've got to realise is if you haven't met Steve Farquhar, one of the great men, he would have some fantastic stories to tell.
Yeah, I think the bright lights might get to him.
Yeah, I think they would too.
He loves a yarn. Like get 10 people sit around him, and he'll tell a story. But put a camera in front of him, I don't know how he'd go. And
it'd be interesting because if he's as comfortable as he was out there, mate, he might fall asleep in front of the bright lights.
Isn't that weird though? Like he would not feel comfortable with the camera here. I don't feel comfortable with him here. So how would I go with him here sitting next to me?
That could get very uncomfortable.
I do say the one reason I didn't want him here is because I have quite a funny story to tell later on about
what happened.
About a situation couple months ago that I now am ready to tell the story.
You rip in right now.
You want me to go? You want me to shoot?
Take it away.
The reason I haven't told the story is because, with Fee, things are new. I didn't want her to get the ick.
But now that you're the most whipped, you can say.
Well, now that it's, I feel comfortable in, who we are, whatever.
Yeah. I
kind of told her the story, and I was like, look, you have to promise not to get the ick, but I really want to tell this story on the potty to the boys because I think it'll be hilarious. And girls, shareholders.
We've got a few women shareholders.
Told her the story, pissed herself, and she goes, all right, no, that is actually quite funny.
All right, well, take it away. The carpet's yours, big fella.
The mic is mine. All right, so bear with me. I love telling a story, as we all know. I'm a shocker at it. But
don't let me fall asleep.
A night on the piss, obviously. We've come back to mine and real gassy. Real gassy the next morning.
As opposed to you not being gassy in the morning?
Well, add some grog to that, some grog bog, and I was holding it in, right? I was fighting for my life. And obviously I didn't know the girl that well and couldn't just let one rip. Still don't really do that.
Yeah.
Try not to. Laying there, she's cuddling, and I'm just thinking, fuck, this is
something's
rough. Something's
give.
going on. And I'm laying there. And it's that situation where your stomach's rumbling, and she goes, are you hungry or something? And I go, yeah, sweetheart, I need to eat something. Just absolutely clenching that sphincter fucking with all the force that I can, while she's kind of, got half her body weight on you.
Oh, so she was snuggling up on you.
Yeah, and I'm on my back, just going red, holding, clenching. And I got to the point where I just sort of had to come up with a game plan because she wasn't leaving, right?
No.
I was kind of waiting for her to get an Uber or, whatever. She didn't go out, leave the room.
This was day 3 of a test match where she's just trying to get her eye in. So she's parked up and she says, I'm just going to face every ball and wear out the new ball while Saucy's here just fucking holding one of the great you-know-what's in. So keep going.
So I at the time, my roommate, that week was moving out, in the process of moving out, and I sort of came up with this idea. I just said, I'm just on my mind. I've got like something. I think Abby has left something downstairs in my garage. I just want to check. She messaged me about it, and I'm just going to go check and have a look. So sweet. I'm out of the room, and I got up immediately, walked outside, and as I've stood up, I didn't really need to like fart. Like I didn't need to really go.
Oh, right.
And so I get down there, right? And there's like a family in my like unit complex. Like there's a mum and dad that are sitting there in the car.
Yeah.
And there's this little girl who's like, honestly, it looked like it was from a movie. She's just standing there with like this massive lollipop, just watching me try and get into my garage. And I'm fiddling around with the keys, and then it hits me. And I've kind of gone, fuck, oh, here we go. Like I'm holding it in again, I'm clenching. And I didn't want to just let rip and let the young girl just fucking, embarrass myself in front of her. And it starts bubbling. And I've never experienced this before.
Like a shaken soda water bottle?
Mate, just like bubbles. It was liquid. It was bubbly liquid or something. So anyway, I opened it up, and I didn't realise at the time. I opened the door, the roller door up. I go in and just go to the far right corner of the garage.
Yeah.
And just sort of, let rip. And there was a little bit of follow through, right? So there was some liquid, right? I wouldn't call it
diarrhea.
That's the thing. It was just grog.
What?
It was just a build up of grog. So it gets better, right? So I then go, fuck me. I'm like, I literally have to wipe my bum with something. So poor James Baker, my other roommate, prior to this, still had some white sheets down there.
No.
that I had to dispose of.
He's put up the whiteboard.
Yeah,
It's like cricket where you tell him just to move the whiteboard a little bit to your right.
So I grab the sheets, clean up the mess, and then as I'm, standing there in the corner, I look down at my pants, and I'm wearing white pants, these white like boat pants.
Yeah.
Follow through.
Jeez, you're wearing a good attire. That's
it's just
terrible.
comfy white,
And so it came all the way through?
Yeah, there was follow through. I basically sharted.
Oh.
It's the old school shart. Everyone's had an experience with sharting, but this was fucked. So
shareholders out there would definitely be... They could reminisce on their times that this has happened.
You're not human if you haven't sharted.
No, not at all.
But it just so happened that, I was in the company of a
female
who I just met and fancied and thought, this is just the worst. So I go, anyway, clean myself up. The sheets go in the corner after I wipe up. And I come up with the idea of just, carrying up some fucking snowboard bindings for some reason. Like, it's the middle of, June, July or something.
Right.
Why would I need snowboard bindings at that time? And I brought them up.
Winter.
And I said...
Could be going to Perisher.
Yeah, but I didn't, and she knew that. So I said, I'm just going to bring these up. I'm going to Japan at the end of the year. So I thought, I'll just bring these up. She knew about it. So I said, I found my bindings, and it was to sort of hide my pants.
Right, because there was backlash.
Backlash right at the back. And then walk past... put the bindings down, she didn't see my backside, and then I just did this sort of 180 flip onto the bed.
Oh, you've brought it onto the bed.
Onto the bed, covered up with the sheets, the blanket. She's come back on top, and I've gone, if she fucking smells this, if she smells this, it's done. It's over.
Yeah.
See you, Das. We're through.
Yeah.
And she didn't smell it. Called an Uber soon. She got in the Uber. Happy days. She doesn't know about it. I've somehow that's the great escape. But then I go to the toilet, right? And I thought...
Oh, we're not done.
I thought, had to let everything out, get it all out. And
Big boy's got to go.
I thought it'd be funny to take a photo of my pants as I'm sitting there on the toilet. And in our group chat, as you'd know, we've got the Caxton Cowboys TRL. And then underneath that is Caxton Supervisors. And so... You can guess which one I've clicked.
Oh, yeah.
The manager sends a photo of his sharty undies to his supervisors. And as I've sent it, I've gone, oh my God, fuck me, delete. Immediately, like 3 or 4 people have seen it. Like it was as if they were waiting. They were already in the group chat and seen it.
That is a
and
proud...
Just 4 people just go, and I deleted it and I messaged them and said, one of them goes, what was that? I just messaged them all individually going...
Can you delete it? Did you delete it?
Yeah, I deleted it ASAP, but 4 of them saw it.
4 and screenshotted?
No, I hope not.
Yeah,
and then I just said, I apologise, we will never speak that again.
Wow, so you would have won Manager of the Year award with that sort of content?
And boyfriend.
Yeah, and boy. Oh, so is this, you did this with your current
Yeah,
girlfriend?
with Fee. That's why I haven't told the story.
Oh my God. I thought you were
she
referring
pissed
to her as
herself.
Abby.
No, that was my roommate.
Oh, that was your roommate.
Who I sort of just made up the bullshit story to get out of the room and go check if there was something that I could.
So did Fee, and from, moving forward, Fee's obviously thought you're a catch.
Well, she had no idea about that. If she did know about that, I don't think I would have been with her. Been here
Surely
right
she commented on the rumblings going on to the bed prior to you going downstairs.
now. No, I just played it off as I was hungry.
Holy shit. Well, I guess if the big fella wants to eat, the big fella needs to eat.
We know that, yeah.
But, wow. Well, and shareholders, that's our episode today. So,
Sharting stories with Sterling.
well, there'd be the shareholders, the good thing is the shareholders out there that'd have plenty of that. So if you've got any stories, along those lines, send them on
If you've
through.
ever sharted yourself, let us know.
Let us know. But, mate, that's a hell of a way. Hopefully we've still got listeners this episode. You dead set might have scared them all away.
I thought it was kind of funny.
Well, it's funny, yeah, but I mean...
There's levels to it.
Who knows what time that the shareholders are listening to that story, and if it's around dinner time?
Yeah. Well, I know half of them tuned out on the episode that I was away from what I heard, so...
Really? Was that not a successful episode? I want to say, shareholders, just moving forward, it's a big, big week for Brisbane, okay? Now...
The Olympic City.
The Olympic City, we haven't had much luck in the world of professional sports this year, and it's touchy because we hate talking about it, but it's our women, our Brisbane Lions WAFL team. They're in another GF.
Shout out to Sophie Conway.
Get behind them, shareholders.
Sophie Conway, one of the greats, loves a fucking celebration.
Does she really? Well, Sophie Conway, get up and get about because we need some silverware in 2023.
Didn't they bomb it last year?
Mate, they've bombed it. Now, I don't want to bring this up, but I'm going to have to. They've bombed it a couple of years, but they've also, they've done well. They've made, how many finals? They've made 5 of 7 possible finals.
How many have they won?
Now that's it. I can't answer that to you exclusively speaking. They've definitely won 1. I think they're going for their second. All right.
Is this facts or you just
allegedly?
You should do your research.
So
putting this out there.
Shareholders, Brisbane, the Olympic City deserves silverware.
When's kickoff? When's
Sunday, live and exclusive. Okay. 2:30, get behind them. We're playing North Melbourne. Now, if
Jesus
North Melbourne
Christ.
are anything like their men's team, then this should be a walk in the park. Now, they've obviously made the GF for good reason, okay?
They must be handy.
They can play. Now, if I was a betting man, I'd be taking the unders total points.
I'm taking Sophie Conway anytime goal scorer.
I'm absolutely launching him. That might be part of my multi. Take the unders total point, shareholders. Okay, that's nothing against the women. I just got a good feeling about it. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
they battle to score points, let alone in a GF. So I think that could be a moral.
I don't think you're in any position to be giving away multi advice, pal.
Well,
because explain yourself.
I will explain myself. So my old boy decided to chime up for the shareholders.
So it wasn't your multi. You're palming it off to your old boy, are you? Hey, you're palming it off to fucking Mr. Burke.
I was palming it off to Dave. Dave will be listening. Dave, you've let the shareholders down. You went 1 of 3.
That is the most disgusting thing.
No, that was his multi. That was 100% his multi. He'll take full responsibility for that.
I hope so.
I gave it to. I'm accidentally.
I've never heard of anything like that. If that's not true,
it
wasn't my multi. It was Dad's.
I've put up enough multis. I'll keep claiming them.
Well, you know what? I'll give you shareholders a multi for that AFLW final.
We'll give him the same game.
I won't give you $50 odds. I'll give you winning odds, and that may be in the space of $5, maybe less, but it'll be a winner. And you best believe Sophie Conway is in that. She's coming on the couch. I'll put it.
Put her on the couch. Get her on the couch.
She's a ripper, Soph.
Well, that's what we would like. Now we need to give another congratulations because the Australian PGA was on the weekend in the Olympic City again. Minwoo Lee, the Aussie.
Minwoo.
The 25-year-old from WA, he took home the chocolates, and by God, was he playing good, Saucy.
A juggernaut.
Mate, yeah. He hit this chip in. You wouldn't have seen it, mate. Fuck, it was sharp.
No, I didn't watch.
No, I don't think you would have watched. Mate, it was such a nice chip in. Can't tell you how far out it was. I watched it live and exclusive to Fox Sports. Shout out to Fox Sports if you're listening. But Mim, where he took home the chocolates, he was into the crowd on the 17th, mate. He had the chef hat on. He was doing the Viking clap. The cans were flying. Looks like a good time at RQ. Kako didn't get invited?
No invite.
No invite. Well, that's something that we'll need to follow. I think there was a few shareholders out there wearing potentially that gorgeous looking pink terry towel bucket hat
Was
and
there a
that
few out there, was
sexy
there?
little corduroy number of
Yeah.
yours. But
That's why the sunnies and the hat are on because of the weekend.
They're
Just
on.
have to protect myself from these lights. They're a bit bright. You know?
they're up and about. Now pre-season's underway, Saucy. Okay, they don't muck around. The AFL, the NRL, the fucking Super Rugby, they're all back into it.
Alf was in here today.
Was he?
Yeah. Organising a little Broncos lunch.
Well, that's good to know. So pre-season for the Bronx is at the Kako.
Yeah, I think it's their little mid-pre-season break or something.
Fuck, well, they only started this week, so they're bloody,
I think
they're
it's the
working
staff,
over
it's for
the
staff,
clock.
it's for the
Oh, is
staff.
it?
Yeah, they do the OT, you know. They do the off-season.
Peter Bowl, the great middle distance runner for Australia, was training with Port Adelaide.
Was he? What was he doing?
He was running, mate.
Was he training them or was he...
Well, they do time trials to
Yeah.
start just to see how everyone's fitness is.
And what, they just use Peter as like
I think they used him as like the speed guns.
the speedometer.
Yeah, so everyone stick with Bowley. Everyone stick with the 800 metre Commonwealth Games champ.
He's a freak, eh?
He's a freak, mate. He's an absolute freak. Why he picked Port Adelaide and not the Lions, I have no idea.
Where's he from?
I think he might be South Australian, so that adds up. I saw Adelaide. Now, you know, I know you love your AFL, mate.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, this is where everyone does tune out. Go on.
Now, day one of Adelaide. How's this for a statistic? 38 of the 41 players ran 1 kilometre PBs. Now, what do you reckon your PB for 1 kilometre would be?
Are we running straight or are we running, is it like a Bronco where you're running there and back?
Nah, you're running around an oval.
Okay, let me think
Circular
about that.
oval.
If I'm really pushing myself,
Push it.
like really pushing these legs, these big berthers.
Now,
You've seen these calves, by the way, haven't you?
yeah, I've seen them.
You've seen this upper body. You've seen this thing move.
Now, if I'll give you a little ballpark. I'm probably doing around the 4 minute
I was
mark,
going to
just under.
say, I reckon, should we have a race?
I could do it. I could probably do it in 3 minutes 30 a kilometre.
Okay, well, just 1K?
Just 1K.
Do you want to fuck around and have a race?
Yeah, I'd love to run you.
You'd love to run me.
I'd almost go. I reckon I could go backwards faster than you.
If you did 3:30, that'd be impressive. I'll set the bar a little bit lower for myself.
I reckon
and I'll say 4. I'll say 4.
No.
If I get sub 4, I'll be pretty impressed with myself.
Should we do a bet that you couldn't get sub 4?
We'll do it before Chrissy because I've got to get these lungs ready for Japan for snowboarding. I got to get this body a bit fitter. I've been in holiday mode for too long, and it's time to get out of it. I will race you, and I'll get sub 4.
No, you don't have to race me.
Just did a time trial.
What could we do a bet if you don't do a sub 4 1 kilometre? What happens? Surely we could get something.
Just you throw it at me.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not picking.
As the show goes on, I'll come up with something.
Yeah. I also want you just to tell me a story in general, just relating to whatever you want.
Like right now?
Just you know, as the show goes on, in the back of my sharting story, you just think of something.
Oh, you want me to fire back?
Yeah, I want you to fire back.
All right. Well, I will fire back.
No pun intended.
Here's an interesting... absolutely no pun intended. Now, I want to talk to you about this one, Saucy, because, you know, it's close to our heart. The big Dell, Wendell Saylor.
Yeah, great man.
Big shareholder. He's come out because it's that time of the year again where, you know, opinions are made about who the next immortal is.
Who's he
okay? Now, obviously, the chat around town is JT and Slater are the two next in line.
I'll tell you who mine is if you want to know.
If you keep listening, Big Horse, I'll tell you. He seems to think that Sterlo and Alfie could potentially be the next two in line.
Yeah, I didn't think that far back, but I think that's pretty bloody spot on.
Now, with all due respect to the great man Alfie, Is he an immortal?
Do you want me to tell you why?
Oh, I do, yeah.
Pretty sure he's won 4 premierships.
Oh, I'm all for it. That's what I'm saying. I'm giving you the couch.
He, in my opinion, in my unbiased, completely Queensland Brisbane Broncos opinion, I think he and a lot of other people underestimate that he was literally a freak. He would turn games on its head. I think he's better than Andrew Johns. You can say this, that, whatever.
Yeah.
You look at
Sterlo's got to be in the conversation.
You look at their resume. Alfie was a freak. Alfie was literally a freak.
I don't think that's not, no one says he's not.
Yeah, Peter Sterling got voted the best halfback in a bunch of halfbacks in some poll. Like beat Andrew Johns, I think he did it.
Well, I'm glad he got voted best halfback with a bunch of halfbacks. It would have been interesting if it was best halfback with a bunch of front rowers.
So he was no slouch as well. I can't remember what the poll was.
Who was the guy that you were just going to bring up?
Lockyer.
Lockyer. Yeah, well, that's a no-brainer. I'm shocked because Lockyer was around before Slater and JT.
Who's putting out Slater and JT?
Well, this is coming from Wendell. Now,
but he said Alf and Peter Sterling.
Well, there's just this chatter around on, who the next immortals are. That's just word on the street, big fella.
I don't think that you should. I think he's right. You should be looking at that era before the current one now. There's only 10, 15 years ago.
They screwed it up and they went too far ahead and put Joey Johns in there because everyone wanted to get on their hands and knees for Joey.
What, 05?
Yeah.
He had one good game.
Once again, New South Wales, they can't even do maths right. Let's do it in chronological order rather than jumping decades and then coming back and now the NRL looks stupid. There's enough stupidity in the game to be worrying about this shit.
You reckon Mal's got one?
I think, Mal for a number of different reasons.
Yeah, Mal was sort of Mal was GI back in the day.
He was GI. Does GI make the list?
Do you know? I looked at some highlights really his and it's fucking incredible.
He is. He
is actually. You forget how good he is, and also Slater. You got to say you forget how good they were.
Well, mate, you don't win 8 in a row for not being immortal. So it's going to be an interesting time. I don't know when that gets announced.
Is Fittler in the conversation?
No, fuck off, Freddie. Mate, you can't have that barefooted hippie.
Laurie Daly?
Loz might be, but no. Once again, they've screwed it up.
So Snorkeller, Sterling and Alf.
Well,
who I'd be picking?
No, I know who you'd be picking, big fella. Yeah. Will there be a forward in there potentially?
Glenn Lazarus?
Yeah, big Glenny Lazarus.
The fridge with eyes. Is that what they called him?
Is that what they call the big fella?
I think so.
They think he's the greatest front rower of all time.
I'm pretty sure he's the only player to have won 3 grand finals with 3 different clubs.
Storm, Raiders, Bronx.
Yeah, you're all over it. Well done.
Mate, and like I say, I do my research here, shareholders.
I mean, Appy Coruscant could do that at the Tigers.
Well, now can we talk about that for a second? What do we think of the greatest wanker potentially going to West Tigers? That is Jerome Luai.
Oh, go for it, pal. Literally go for it. I could not care less. Go for it. You know what I hope you do? I hope he does. I hope he takes the payday and his career,
Now, if you're Benji Marshall and this is your first year as a head coach in the NRL and you want Jerome Luai to be your marquee player, yes or no to that being a dumb decision? Because I know my vote.
Who have they signed? Caesar.
Aiden Caesar. They signed that Jaden Sullivan. Now, get rid of this Jerome Luai chat. Don't put him in $1.1 million a year. Build from the ground up. You're shit as it is. You don't need to fuck your salary cap up by spending... What is the salary cap now? Is it 12 or 13 million?
Oh, ballpark, yeah.
Something like that. So then you give it to all of dipshit, and now you've got dipshit running the culture of the club. Turn it up.
Yeah, I think he'd spit the dummy too when things don't go well.
Well, it'd be so good to know how he goes by himself.
Legitimately, they sign him. Who else do they have from last year's team? Who else is who's joining the Tigers that wasn't there last year? This year, sorry.
Well, we couldn't give a rat's ass.
But is it just him, or who else have they signed? They've got
Caesar.
Yeah,
I think they
Caesar.
got a forward. Maybe they got a couple of young. They got 2 young brothers who they've thrown the checkbook at for about 600.
The Blores, Sean Blore. Those, or did they?
I don't know. Well, actually, to be honest with you, they're getting way too much airtime, aren't they?
Yeah. I'm just saying, like,
it's an interesting story.
If you seriously think that if you're signing Jerome Luai for that much money, no one else and the Tigers team from this current year of 2023, and you've just thrown in Jerome Luai, I don't think you're making the 8. You got to pick some better forwards.
Yeah.
I don't think Clemmer's up there.
Get rid of the CEO. He's a dickhead. And get rid of the chairman too.
Yuto Ikemanu's all right. I don't think
He's
Bateman gives a fuck. I think Papali'i tries his heart out. I think
Appy's an outstanding footy player.
Yeah, I think
that fullback's a gun.
I do love John Bateman.
Bulloy.
Yeah, Jerome Buller.
Yeah, he's a special young kid.
There's just something wrong.
That junior Tupu's got the attention span of a fucking 1-year-old.
I just don't think that the club is there.
Nah, and like I said, get rid of that chairman and that CEO. I'd be ditching the lot. He can follow Hamish McLennan. We couldn't talk about that last week, but let's just clap for Hamish McLennan.
Well done, pal.
Mate, thank God. Rugby Australia.
We couldn't, the first thing we say is to Harry Wilson, who was on the pod, we said, mate, anything we can't talk about,
let us know.
And he goes, probably the stuff with Hamish. We go, sweet. Cross that off the list. That's all we wanted to talk about.
That's all we wanted to talk about, shareholders. And we had plenty to give because we wanted to know, as a Rugby Australia contracted player, what an absolute shit show it would have been playing under that moron.
Yeah. I reckon
So he's gone. So let's talk about that idiot.
Did I tell you my take on it? I can't remember if I dropped it or not, but I think this would be the best thing that had ever happened to the game is if they get some sort of contract with free to air, and they've got the Queensland Reds playing their game, whatever it is that week.
Yeah.
Free to air TV.
Yeah.
New South Wales, the Waratahs needs to be on free to air.
Has to be.
ACT and then the Rebels. Just have the one game in that city or state on free to air at that time.
You want club footy televised too, maybe on ABC?
Maybe. I think they do that game of the week. They have a game of the round.
Well, they do that on Channel 9, yeah.
I think they should do that on...
Good G...
not Gem, not whatever.
Yeah,
Channel 9, Channel 7. Stan isn't it, bro. It's not it.
It's a streaming platform that no one wants to waste their money on because there's enough streaming platforms out there.
And the movies aren't that good on it either, and the series aren't that good. So, what do you like on that?
I think the CEO of Chemist Warehouse might be supporting Rugby Australia now. Brett Clark.
What do we know about him?
Now, we don't know too much. We'd love to get him on the couch. Clarky on the couch.
Clarky on the couch.
And, but yeah, I've heard whispers that the CEO of Chemist Warehouse allegedly is going to be putting a truckload of money into Rugby Australia. Now, it's just sources of mine.
Yeah.
Okay, you know I'm full of them.
I just had something pop into my head.
Follow that story, shareholders.
I don't know if we touch on it or not.
Well, just don't touch on it just yet because while you can think about it. Now, there's been a bit of shake-up at the moment with thingy. Now, Kurt Capewell.
Yeah, our man. Our shareholder.
One of the great shareholders.
I don't like it.
I think he's off to the Warriors. It's sad to see.
I don't like it.
Okay, he must like the cold, Kurt, but he's off.
What about his jerk? Kurt's jerk. No, what are we going to do?
Well, Kurt's taken his jerk and he's taken his jerk all over New Zealand. Now, what sort of jerk that is, he'd be going to be jerking all over Mount Smart Stadium, I think, Kurt. But good luck to him. If that is true, we'll miss you. We'll try and get him on the couch before he leaves.
I think we need to.
And Connor Tracy's off to the Bulldogs.
Have you seen their list, their list of players that they've signed?
Well, I have.
It's kind of impressive.
But it's funny because Phil Gould, all he carried on about all season is how the Bulldogs they were just going to go through their academy.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at their signings, there is nothing about their academy whatsoever.
Well, what academy?
Well, that's exactly right, Gus. So happy for you to answer all our questions on OFD, but we've got serious. They won't make the top 8. I'll say it now.
No, they won't. They've got a decent roster. What they've got, Kurt Mann.
Get yourself
Steve. No, just listen. Kurt Mann, Stephen Crichton, Josh Curran. I rate. They've got.
So what they got?
Connor
themselves
Tracy. I rate very highly.
A bunch of back rowers and a bunch of utilities.
Yeah, they've got no front.
Mate, if they were playing sevens rugby, they might be half a chance.
Who's their forward pack?
This isn't sevens rugby whatsoever.
Who's their forward pack?
Oh, who gives a shit? Reed Marnie's their 9.
They got Luke Thompson.
Yeah, once again, who gives a shit? So the Bulldogs, they'll suck in 2023. And the Broncos, well, our man Brendan Pecora.
Yeah.
He re-signed for 3 years. Jordan Ricky's re-signed for, I think, another. They're building an absolute fucking stalwart of a side.
Reese is re-signed.
So, Ezra, we need you to re-sign, big fella. That's the last cream on the crop.
Yeah, cream of the crop.
Cream
or
of
cherry
the crop.
on top. What are we going for there, bro?
Well, we'll go for whatever. Now, should I do my should I do my around the grounds in the States?
Yes, please.
In my homeland, because my Denver Broncos, let's ride, baby. They are the hottest team in the NFL right now, shareholders. They're on a 5-game winning streak. Don't ever doubt Russ. In Russ, we trust.
Russell Wilson,
okay?
Yeah. I pat myself on the back.
I don't know if his love life with Sierra's just gone to a whole nother level, the big fella.
Who's Sierra?
She's just a famous pop star, hip-hop. She'd be right up your alley, big fella.
What's her last name?
Well, I don't know. She had a kid with Future. Ciara.
Yeah.
So there was a massive game, Bills versus Eagles, if the shareholders was listening. Cracking game, went to overtime. Josh Allen, he shut the bed again, the big fella. He missed a pass to Gabriel Davis. Gabe's gone left, pass has gone right. Would have been game, set, match. Jalen Hurts is turning into Himmy.
Himmy Neutron.
He is turning into Himmy now. Early prediction is Baltimore Ravens versus the Eagles. Now, if you go off the records, that's what you'll get. That'll never happen, mark my words. That's what the experts are saying.
Yeah, what are you saying? You're an expert.
Me being an expert, I like to go a little rogue, okay? Now, I'd love to see the Dolphins do well, okay? Those Miami Dolphins at South Beach. Don't sleep on the 49ers, and I know saying sleep on them, no one is sleeping on them, but they're a formidable side.
How's Baker Mayfield going?
Baker Mayfield, yeah, he's struggling, Baker. They had another L. They lost to the Colts 27-20, which was tough.
The Browns? Are the Browns a bit of a smoky?
Well, my Denver Broncos, they touched up the Browns. Okay. No, they won't be a smoky. Deshaun Watson, the rapist, he's out for the season. Kansas City Chiefs, if they could get another wide receiver, Patty Mahomes will just do Patty Mahomes things. The Giants, the New York Football Giants, they got the dub against the Patriots. Now, Bill Belichick, he might get sacked.
I'm hearing this. At the start of the season, I heard...
He might get sacked, Saucy.
No, I actually saw this start of the season. Someone said, I reckon this is the year he's going.
Yeah.
Because he's lost TB.
He's lost TB. Mate, I think he's gone. Right now, I'm going to call it. I've got a Dallas Cowboys versus 49ers NFC Championship game. And in the AFC, I love my Denver Broncos, but I just, it's tough. I don't want to be biased. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs versus... ring-a-ding-ding, the Miami Dolphins.
All right, shareholders, if you're still with us, write those down and put the house on it. Because they are Burkey's NFC and AFC.
That's my after
games.
11, week 11. That's my prediction. So there you go. Fire away, Saucy.
All right, on the topic of America, this is my song of the moment, and I might be behind the 8 ball, but I am loving this song right now by Jack Harlow.
Oh, my God.
Whip your lovin' on me.
I'm vanilla, baby.
Yeah, brah. Yeah, brah.
What are we doing? Is this
Get
our
that
new
in
thing?
your ears, bruh.
Are we doing Song of the Week on OFD?
I just thought, why not?
Okay, if we're doing Song of the Week, just
This
pause
is a
that.
bloody track.
If anyone hasn't watched Robbie Williams' doco, watch it.
It's gun.
It is gun.
Yeah.
And if you could play Angels for me, Saucy.
Well, we're not going to do that.
He has got tracks. I just love, this is what I love about Robbie Williams. Not only did I love him beforehand, I forgot how many bangers he had.
Yeah.
But to do a doco in your undies,
Yeah, in his bed.
mate, that is stellar.
Not many people can, but
And,
Robbie
like,
can.
Who cares what package he's running with? He
Yeah.
just says,
I don't think he cares.
well, from what I gathered, he's not running with much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What,
so-
from the look of his boxes, or?
Yeah, I had a peek. I don't know if you saw Fatty Vorden was on the Today Show.
He reckons he's got Carl covered.
He's got Carlos covered. So
I mean, I'll bring it up again every time we bring up Carl. You know he worked here.
yeah,
as
no,
a glassy,
yeah.
yeah.
Did you? Oh, he would have been too
He was a
old for
glassy.
you. I was going to say, did you have a peek?
No, well, I
wonder
don't know
how
if I
many-
was born, and I don't usually go up to people and go, "Hey, can I just have a look at your old fella?"
Yeah, look.
Do you often do that?
Yeah. I during the Christmas lunch when I was in the thing, I've got a few of the boys
In the
covered.
cubicles.
Few of the boys covered by links and bounds.
I'll bring up the potties, another potty, Bloody Million Beers. The boys, I heard this funny clip that they did. Someone called in and said the only time it's acceptable to look at your relatives' dicks is when you're in the cubicle in a piss trough.
Really, mate?
that's kinda funny.
I've seen my grandpa's old fellow. I think I've seen.
Oh, that's a bit different.
Yeah, I've seen most of it.
You got to help. You got to help them out.
You do have to help it. I mean, it helps when they're all wearing DTs and they're leaving nothing to the imagination. Should I do the greatest segment? Of
Should we touch on while we're in America just quickly? Josh Giddey.
what's going on there?
I don't
Let's
know.
touch on it because
I don't know. Be careful because it's allegedly.
it's
We don't
allegedly.
know.
I hear that his $40 million Weet-Bix endorsements under strike.
Which also, since when did Weet-Bix have $40 million to splash?
Well, that's a great Do they really have 40 mil? And out of all the 40, are they just going all chips in with Josh?
Is that their campaign? Maybe that's their campaign. We have 40 million that we're not going to spend on Josh.
And we're going all chips in with Josh. So Giddey, who's, just a down-to-earth,
21-year-old Aussie.
lovely Aussie, if you don't know, shareholders, plays for Oklahoma.
OKC.
Jesus.
in the NBA.
Way to save me there, Big Oz.
It's all good, bro.
And he's rumoured to have slept with a sophomore in high school.
15-year-old. So
So
basically,
she'd be
it's-
grade 10.
which is crazy to think about.
Because
That's young.
junior's grade 11 and
It's-
senior
it's
grade 12.
Basically, it's statutory rape, which
It's
ain't
up
nothing
there.
to ain't nothing to joke about.
No way. Now, Josh, it's unacceptable, okay?
Allegedly, if it's been done.
If it
So,
has, you've seen the Snapchat.
young girl said, "I just slept with Josh Giddey."
No,
Old
I
mates-
think, yeah. And so how does that happen? How
I don't
does
know.
Josh
Does she-
find
does she-
himself
does
in
she-
that situation?
Did she tell him?
Did he
like-
meet her on Tinder?
Did he know?
Hinge? Bumble?
You don't want to. Let's not read into it. But anyway,
And what was his age if it was Tinder? Why is he down to 15?
well, has she? Yeah, no, I think that she's faked her age then because you can't be under 18 on those apps. I don't think. Not that I use them. But
No, neither. Right, so that's an
Do you
interesting-
actually use them?
No, I don't use them.
I
no.
don't use them.
No,
at all.
never.
Genuine.
I have never used the apps.
I've downloaded.
I'm word of mouth.
What's it? Tinder. And I just don't have the patience.
You would not catch Samuel Burke on a single
Me
app.
too, bro. Put it there. I
And
actually legit don't.
If you do, that's probably someone else, doing it. I'm not sure.
I'll play on if you use apps. Who gives a fuck?
Oh
But
shit! You go all day on the apps. That's just not me.
I think I just licked the mic. I mean,
Josh
I
Giddey,
think
we
Josh
need to
Giddey
work
anyway.
that out. We need to work that out.
I hope
He is
he's
too-
been bamboozled by this girl in her lying about her age, which then I don't know legally if he gets away with it or not, but that's pretty fucked up.
He goes for Hawthorn too, and let me tell you, all Hawthorn fans, we pride ourselves on values,
Just
morals,
good core family values.
good core family values. So that's not the Josh Giddey I know and love.
Yeah, I don't think that's the Josh Giddey anyone
And he
knows.
plays for the Boomers too. So,
God bless America and God bless Josh Giddey and all the best to that young girl.
God bless Josh Giddey and God bless the free land.
Yeah. Moving on.
Well, I think we just keep working on Josh. We need a free Josh.
Free Josh.
Free.
Well, we don't know if he's wrong or right.
Well, actually, yeah.
So just be careful. We don't know.
Yeah, that is true.
He could probably be in the wrong.
So she was acting as an 18.
Well, we don't know. That's all we can hope. Because
we need to get the details.
maybe he
Saucy.
just fucking knew, and he's
Josh,
he could be a bit. How you going?
So do you reckon she's one of those women that just looks a lot older than her age? Like,
I don't know.
how do you fool him? Because Josh, she's not even going to the prom.
Is she in grade 10? Because that's fucked when you put it that way.
She's in grade 10, yeah. Like, she's going to High School Musical.
Yeah.
And she's
going ice skating. That's, she's
going ice skating at Daytona Beach Club or something. I don't know.
She's not at Palm Beach.
She's definitely not at Palm Beach. And I mean, if she's in OKC, that means she's in the middle of the country.
She's got spring break in a couple, 3 years? She's a while off spring break, Josh.
Yeah, I think right now, Josh, she might be getting her learner's license.
Josh, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, be careful,
we
Josh.
Don't know, but
she
Josh,
can't drink, Josh. Like, she can't even have, what do they love over there? The cinnamon drinks.
Dr. Pepper?
No.
She's drinking Dr. Pepper.
She is drinking Dr. Pepper, but what she isn't drinking is those, what is the alcoholic cinnamon? It gives you the heartburn. You know it.
Yeah, I would. Keep going. Come
on.
Me something.
Fireball.
Oh, yeah.
So her version of Fireball is Dr. Is Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. All right,
anyway,
moving on from Josh, because I don't want to get in trouble for that shit.
Yeah, we won't get in trouble. All right.
And I hope he doesn't, but if he's in the wrong, then I hope he does get in trouble.
It's my legend of the week, okay? And it's the segment that keeps on giving. My legend this week, Saucy, and it's because, last week we just dropped what I believe is the fastest trending hat accessories going around. We just dropped a brand new pink terry towel bucket hat and white, off-white and pink corduroy number. So my legend of the week is to every shareholder out there that's already bought one. You people are fucking amazing.
And, we've got more. They're in the mail. They're on the way.
And we love your support.
Yeah, thank you. We've had to do it manually. We haven't got an online store yet. We will have one down the track, but we've had to manually do it. And you sent us out your funds, and I've gone out there and I've been posting. I've been posting.
You've been outstanding.
I've been posting pickles.
You need shareholders. If you're not getting one, I mean, people, they're coming up to us off the streets.
Yeah, we haven't got many left actually.
We'd
have to do a stock tag. But
I'm getting mobbed.
Yeah.
Like I've been close to people are staunching me for one. It's out of control.
On Saturday I was wearing one and was copping compliments left, right.
So shareholders, get one now. On my way here, I dropped one off. I dropped a bucket hat off. I've got him in my car. You come up to me and I will give you one. $35. I'll tell you right now, it looks like a bargain. I've been on some of these websites. Some of the prices that they're selling corduroys and terry towel bucket hats that look half as good as ours is out of control. And we're giving it to you for $35. And you look good. You look really good. Even a bloke with Saucy's rude noggin.
Oh, it makes it way better. Way better.
He went from a 2 to a 7 like that.
Yeah. Thanks, bro. I'm gonna fucking flog you in this 1K race, bro. We're racing next to each other.
We'll race.
Didn't we? Hold on. Didn't we? I swear to God, if you listen back, in the first 5 potties we ever did, we set this challenge, and you've just catted it.
What
forgot
challenge?
About it.
I don't know.
We brought up the same thing that we could. One of us would win in a race of 1K or something, or 3K,
yeah,
or 5K.
Yeah, well, we'll do that later.
And it just never happened.
It just never happened. But anyway, it's the silly season. Get stuck in. That might.
I've got a couple stories. We're not wrapping up yet. I got the funniest fucking story.
Here I am trying to get out of here, God. Fire away.
Yeah, no. Well, you didn't do your. Who was your knob of the week?
Well, you didn't like my knob of the week.
Who was it?
My knob of the week is to Clint Lindenham, Litzy's horse trainer, for still sending me invoices. Okay? Right. Clint, if you're listening, mate, we've sold the horse. Our horse is slow. It's fat. It's shit. piss off with the invoices, all right?
Yeah.
We're done with it, all right?
You don't own it, so
We don't own it.
Don't be sending it.
Okay, we've copped a loss. We copped a loss for its whole career. Now, this is your chance to just take a bit of ownership and cancel our invoices. We've got about 3 outstanding. So, Clint, you're my knob of the week. And if you want to be legend of the week, politely cancel all the invoices and I can lock you in for legend of the week next week.
That's like, it's like you have a car, right? You sell your car. You don't cop invoices for filling it up, the petrol.
No.
So you own the horse. Feed the fucking thing.
That's mine. Now, tell your story before I get out of here.
Samuel's got some stuff to do on a Tuesday. Fair enough, though.
I'm off to the Gap Tavern, shareholders, to the sports bar Tuesday night. So if you're there, look out for me.
What have they got? The cheapest schooner specials in town, have they?
I'm not sure what they've got, but they've got my fucking ass parked up on a chair, that's for sure.
Yeah, nice. Have a couple for me, bro.
Oh, I will be.
I'm going to be going to the gym tonight. I need to get this rig back in shape for this race and also for the slopes in Japan. If anyone's going, any shareholders going to Japan end of the year,
yeah, we reached out to them.
Hit us up. I'll be in Hakaba. I'll be in Osaka. Right, I can't fucking wait, to be honest.
I know you can't. Now, tell us this story before I'm out of here.
You're going to pee, don't you?
I've got to go.
Yeah. All right. Well, funny as fuck. I'm in the bar downstairs. One of the bartenders, I won't name drop him, he's standing there with me and this bloke comes up and he goes, is there any chance that I've left my keys here? They've got a giraffe on them. And the fella looks over at me and then kind of like giggles and smiles because this happens all the time, this type of shit. He walks over to this spot. I know that he doesn't even have a look. He just rummages around, doesn't give one fart about it. And he comes back and he goes, nah, but there's a pair with a zebra on it. And you should have seen the bloke's face of just defeat.
So there was 2 different keys handed him, one of giraffe and one of a zebra.
Mate, did you just listen to the story? He basically just took the piss out of the bloke.
Oh, I gotcha. That was funny.
Yeah.
That's Whenever a man starts a story with, I've got a story that's funny as fuck, I was like, okay.
How about this one?
No, you're done. Story time is over with you.
I walked in on my sister. She was playing with herself with a carrot.
Right.
And I thought, shit, I was going to eat that later. Now it's going to taste like carrot. No good?
Oh, man.
I got another one.
No.
One more. I'm on a roll, bro. I'm on a roll. Give me one more.
Play that song.
Give me one more.
All right, I'll give you one more.
What's the difference between an orphan and a bowling ball?
The bowling ball you can roll?
I actually can't remember the punchline.
Oh, my God. Play that song. Shareholders, good luck this week.
We'll start the potty off next week with that joke. Hey?
We'll finish that joke. Shareholders, follow us on Instagram. Get your corduroy cap. Saucy looks an absolute treat. Get your terry towel bucket hat. Tell you what's been great, the women Saucy, they're getting involved.
In the hats, yeah.
And they look sexy, mate.
Yeah, in the buckets. They like
it. It's good to see. Older women too, younger women.
Blokes are looking sexy in them too.
Blokes looking sexy. Share your photos in the bucket hat too. Let's get it trending.
Whips and chains. Should I play that song?
Now play that song. And next week we'll play Angels by Robbie Williams.
Good chat, mate. And we'll bring that joke into it. It's been a pleasure.
Great
I've actually enjoyed this.
Yeah, that was a great
Well done.
Enjoy this weekend, shareholders. Hopefully, people that have got Christmas parties out there, it was as good as ours on the weekend.
You're ripping your tear. Yeah. Well done, pal.
Well, way to go, big horse.
Do you want the last word or what?